Welcome to Kundalini with Mystic. Today I will be sharing a pre-recorded class from a couple months ago, and I'll be sharing the Kriya for Self-Reliance. Let's go ahead and tune in, and we'll transition over to the class. Bringing the hands to heart center, rub those nerve endings, create a little fire in your hands. Hopefully you're feeling the warmth of the sunshine kiss your skin today. And then bring the knuckles of the thumbs to heart center, fingers point to the sky. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, release. Inhale to begin. Inhale. Bowing to the creative wisdom and the teacher within. Inhale. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale completely. Inhale for the Adi Mantra. Envisioning a golden white shield surrounding you with protection. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. Inhale deeply. Wrapping that loving protection around those you love. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. Inhale deeply. Around those you could love a little bit more. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath. Allow for the mind to clear and for you to step into this present moment. Exhale. And just breathe as we transition over to our class today. And we'll chant this 3 times just as we did, so if you feel comfortable, feel free to follow along and jump in. Inhale. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. And now imagine that golden shield surrounding all the people you love. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. Inhale deeply. Last time around, those you could love a little bit more. Atkare Namah, Jugadkare Namah, Satkare Namah, Siri Gurdeyave Namah. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. And then exhale completely. Bringing your hands down to your sides and then holding onto your hips. You can open your feet as wide as your shoulders or a little bit wider. Put a nice micro bend in the knees, and we're just going to warm up. And you can move your hips in a circular fashion. Let's rotate in the right direction. Right just meaning to the right. If you want to move left, that could also be the right direction. It's your body, your life, your choice. And then just close your eyes and find yourself in a little meditation. Feel a nice opening and massage in your lower back and your hips. Choosing your speed here. In Kundalini Yoga, we always do a few warm-ups before we jump into our Kriya. And the Kriya for today is the Kriya for Self-Reliance. And then go ahead and start making those circles smaller as you grow taller. Coming back center in mountain pose, hands can still be on hips. Inhale as you start to grow taller. And then exhale completely. Inhale, bring your hips forward and move in the opposite direction. So if you're moving right, move left. Always balancing out the opposite side. Creating some even to both sides of the body. Exploring duality, noticing how you feel from one side to the next. And feel free to lean in. If there's a part when you're rotating around in your hips that needs a little bit more attention or love, you can just hold that space. Release any tension. And then start making circles smaller as you grow taller. And then from here, we're going to raise the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to hinge at the waist, swan dive. Coming all the way down, bow the head. If you can touch the hands to the earth, great. If you can touch the hands to the ankles, great. Knees, wherever you are. And just go ahead and kind of sway from left to right, opening up our hips. We'll be exploring a lot of seated poses today in our Kriya. So we're just moving the energy while we can here. Dropping our minds into our hearts more and more with each breath. And then from here, you can open your feet out about as wide as your mat, if you'd like, and then turn your feet to a 45-degree angle, toes facing outward, heels in, and then just lower your seat down. And you can push your elbows into your knees, palms together in the center, coming into goddess pose, if that feels good to you. Or you can also keep your hands on the earth if you need a little support, and you can still push into your knees, opening up your groin here. Otherwise, allow for your eyes to fall soft, softening your gaze, maybe finding a flower in the garden, maybe turning inward, looking at your third eye or into your heart, maybe rocking from left to right if that feels good to you. How can you settle more deeply into this pose and into this practice for today? Can you relax your shoulders and relax that feeling of the weight of the world? Let it go. Come into this present moment. Leave all thoughts behind. Just breathe. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop the left hand out to the side, and you're going to lift the right arm at a diagonal up and away, looking back to that right raised hand. Opening yourself up here. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down so that the knee is resting on the bicep, and then we're going to open the left arm up and to the left, looking towards that left hand, coming into a little twist. Inhale. And then exhale, bring both hands down. And if you can, lower your seat down and extend your legs out in front of you. Give yourself a little shake. Shaking everything out. To begin our Kriya for self-reliance, the first pose is we're going to bring our legs, keep them outstretched in front of us, perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going to lean our back, so we're going to lean back to a 60-degree angle with the top part of our body. And I want you to lift, we're going to take an inhale, you can wait and just watch, but we're going to inhale and you're going to lift your legs as high as possible. It can also be bent like so, kind of like you're in boat pose. And you're just going to hold the breath as long as possible. You're possible. And then when you're ready to let go, bring the legs down, reach for the toes, and then breathe rhythmically. Just breathe your natural breath. So to get into the pose, everybody, we're going to have the legs outstretched, arms in front, lean back 60 degrees. Inhale, lift the legs and hold. Focusing on your toes, focusing past your toes, getting longer, getting stronger. And remembering to listen to your exhale. When you're ready, lower the legs down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach for the toes, holding onto the toes, the ankles, the shins, wherever you are here, bowing the head as if the crown of the head was going to touch the toes. And just breathe. We'll be here for a few minutes. Throughout your practice, I want you to think about what self-reliance means to you. Do you rely on yourself? Do you trust yourself and the choices that you make, the people you surround yourself with, the career you're in? You trust in the food that you eat. You trust in the feet that help move you in each day. Do you trust your mind? Do you trust your heart? Your heart is the true seat of consciousness. If you need to put a micro bend in your knees at all, please do so. If your mind starts to wander, return home by coming back to your senses, feeling the wind brush over your skin, smelling the jasmine in the air, seeing your body in front of you, folded inward as we turn inward. Perhaps you hear cars rushing by or birds singing. We taste the inside of our mouth. Maybe it was a delicious snack. Maybe it's the toothpaste from earlier today. Coming back to our senses so we can be present. We can move through the layers of depth of the here and now. I support myself. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, slowly roll up. Feel free to shake your legs. Bring a little energy back down to the toes. Rock your feet from left to right if things feel really stagnant. And then meet me in rock pose. So we're going to come onto the knees. And we're going to sit on our seat. If for any reason you have any ankle concerns or you're just not feeling it today, you can take your mat and you can actually roll it and put it right underneath you to kind of even out the pressure on your ankles. Or you can take that extra mat too if you need to lift your seat, whatever feels good to you. Hands are going to be on our knees. We're going to do basically sitting cat-cow. We call them spinal flex in Kundalini yoga. Hands on the knees. I want you to lead with your sternum. We're leading with our heart today. We're letting go of the mind. Imagine there's a string attached to your sternum and it's pulling you forward. And as it pulls you forward, there's a nice C curve that happens here in the spine. And then when you exhale, you're going to scoot back, but you're going to make a concave shape as if I could scoop ice cream from a bowl from your belly. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale sat, exhale nam. Inhale truth, exhale identity. Always meditating on your most authentic self. Feel free to close the eyes down if that feels good to you, or keep the eyes open if you would prefer. But allow for yourself to rock back and forth in this motion, moving any blockages or stored energy, noticing what needs to surface, creating more flexibility and strength in your spine, detoxifying every single organ thanks to you working your vagus nerve. And just breathe. All those things aside. Call in the silence. Moving faster will heat your core up, stimulate motivation and alertness, and provide you with energy, increasing your circulation. If you move slowly, you're going to slow time down. Relax a little bit deeper. Move through some still waves. Whatever you're moving in your practice, it wants to move you too. So stay open to whatever comes up. Allow for the observer to become observed. Inhale, come forward deeply. Exhale, straighten out, come back center. Take a few breaths here. Just notice how you feel. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and lean forward, hands on the earth, and gently lift your feet up and down, just tapping the toes. Your ankles might have fallen asleep a little bit here. You might feel a little bit more stagnant energy. Just loosen things up with a light pat. Come back to as we began, an easy pose, crisscross applesauce. Coming into true stillness, bring your hands to heart center, palms facing together. Giving yourself a little bit of push here, feeling a little bit of tension of the hands pressing into each other, feeling that earth element within your hands, providing stability and grounding. And just breathe here. And enter a little dimension of meditation. Meditating on what it means to be self-reliant, to truly trust and support, and know that you always have your back. You do. Be grateful for your strength and your wisdom, and your ability to show up every single day. That's the first step. And if you are seeking becoming more self-reliant, well, remember that new beginnings are not a time, and they're not a situation. They're a thought. They're a choice. This moment right here, right now, is a new beginning. Only if you choose. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Rocking left and right. You can keep your hands in this motion, but really moving your waist all the way to the left and all the way to the right. This helps us detoxify our liver, helping us remove what no longer serves us in the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual realm. Nurturing the soul, rocking yourself back and forth. You are so safe and you are so supported. Be here now. beautiful willow dancing in the wind, or a cherry blossom. And picture your favorite tree. Your seat is both your trunk and your roots. You are grounded. But then your torso is the head and the branches waving in the wind. Or you can be a leaf flowing through the stream. Wherever you are, you know that you can trust in yourself, that you are being divinely guided through your intuition, and that you trust in the unfolding. Slowly weave left to right as we come back center, easing your flow back to stillness. And then when you come back to your center, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Lower your hands down to your ankles, and we'll continue the spinal flex as we did earlier. So using your sternum and your heart as your guide, you're going to inhale forward and curve your spine, and then exhale, curve back. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale side, exhale nod. Listening to your body and what it needs, fully enjoying this movement as we exercise both the thoracic and the lumbar spine. From the tippy top all the way to the bottom, find more flexibility with each movement and each breath. Power to your breath, really listening to your inhales and your exhales. One more minute, you got this. We've already done 2, and then we'll come into our last pose before a well-deserved Savasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, relax, coming back center. Take a moment just to breathe into this moment. From here, staying as you are, we're simply going to turn our head to the left and then turn it right. And as we turn it left, we're going to say Sat, infinite wisdom. Exhale, move to the right. Waheguru means resilience. And you'll chant this mentally, but I'll chant it a few times with you so we can get the sequence going. Left, Sat, right, Waheguru. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale Sat, exhale Waheguru. Inhale, exhale. Continue with your mental meditation, allowing the mantra to be your guide, remembering your innate wisdom allows for you to have all the answers within. And when we trust in those answers, and we trust in the intuition that guides us, we know that we can fully rely on ourselves and where we're going. As we look left and right, really imagine yourself saying no to anything that stands in your way from seeing you for your totality, for seeing you completely as you are, completely supported, self-reliant, fully entrusted, and fully present. Being self-reliant is knowing that whatever comes up, whoever shows up, wherever you are, you always have your back. You can handle anything that comes your way, whether it be a challenge that's really big or really small. Maintain that compassion to help you see where you need to go. Inhale left. Hold the breath at the top. And then exhale, come center. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely and feel free to lie completely down for Savasana. Let yourself turn inward. Allow for this time to be a time of integration. Really think about how the practice made you feel. And just rest. Always breathing. exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale, side out. Inhale. And then exhale, start wiggling your fingers and your toes, allowing for the circulation to run back into the phalanges. And start rotating your ankles and your wrists. Rotating them in circles if that feels good to you. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Feel free to rock from side to side. Massage your tailbone. And then when you're ready, put your feet wider than your mat. And drop your knees from left to right. Windshield wiper. Before we end the show, when we come back from our journey, we're going to do a little meditation called the Meditation for Prosperity and Abundance. It's Taurus season right now. It's all about love and abundance and looking at the world for its beauty and its prosperity and remembering that you are everything that you are seeing, so you too are abundant and prosperous. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, and you can bring your elbows right by your ribs, and we're going to hit the sides of our pinkies together. Our pinkies are associated with the moon, and the moon is all about receiving. So we're going to be receiving abundance. And then you're going to flip it, and your palms are going to be face down, and you're going to hit the index fingers together. Let the thumbs kind of fall down. Your index finger is associated with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So we are expanding that which you wish to receive. Very powerful. This meditation, you're actually not allowed to do it for longer than 11 minutes or you're considered greedy and you'll get a karmic backlash. We will be practicing this for 3 minutes. But if you wanted to make this your daily sadhana and do it for 3 days, 7 days, 11 days, 30 days, 40 days, you might just see some magic happen. Okay? So we're going to begin, and we're going to also add HAR, HAR, HAR. If you can roll that R, HAR, HAR, HAR. As my tongue is tapping at the roof of my mouth, right behind my teeth, it is actually activating my pituitary gland. And your pituitary gland and your pineal gland are so important when it comes to your hormone secretion. Not just cortisol, I know everyone likes to talk about that with stress, but also our dopamine and our serotonin and all of those happy chemicals that make us believe that we are abundant because we feel good. And the only way that we ever get that which we desire is by remembering that we already are that. So really embody what you're searching for, what you wish to have, and you already have it in your hand. You're like your own genie. So together, let's inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin, tapping the index fingers first. Har, 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 har. And you're not going to get bonus points if you hit your hands really hard, so just, go with the flow, go with the flow. Always chanting. Har means infinite, and it means creativity. Creating from the infinite creating from within itself. Har, 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 har. Keep up and you'll be kept up. Keep going. Really imagine yourself already that which you desire. The mind doesn't understand later. The mind doesn't understand I want. It only understands I am. I am. Har, 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 har. Last minute, you got this. You've already done two. One more. Har, 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 har. Inhale. Holding your hands up to receive. Imagine this is a bowl being filled with all of your dreams, and those dreams are coming true right before your very eyes. Notice your hands are right where your navel center is, your solar plexus. Knowing your power, your worth, your ability to rely on yourself, all help you move closer to obtaining all that you desire and all that you deserve. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Start rubbing those hands together. Igniting your fire. Heating up the marma points that connect from your hands all the way into your heart. And then bring the knuckles of the thumbs to heart center, fingers to the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Together we'll close the Long Time Sunshine song, and it goes like this. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. And we'll sing it twice, so feel free to jump in when you feel called. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale, long stop, short bow. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Thank you all so much for showing up and being a part of practice today. May you all remember your strength and your wisdom, and always listen to your heart, even your little heart.